months of employment, you were just a gangster? What's so Truth Team? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, Essie's #1 urban blog and the queen of paperwork. So, some of y'all have been hitting me up based off my last video, and y'all like, yo, Mickey, what you mean is going to be problems due to Fatt Loc pleading out to his federal case that he got 20 years for? And I'm like, I mean, when you take a, you know what? We're going to get into all that. Let's get started.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
All right, y'all. So, again, when you take a plea in any case, but especially a Fed case, part of taking a plea in the federal system, you have to accept responsibility. And hold up, for those who let that go over their head, that don't mean you got to tell on nobody, none of that. You have to say, hey, the evidence that you got, yeah, you can prove that I did this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, all right, yeah, I did that. All right, let me get my deal. Like, basic, okay? Now, y'all can get in the comments and say, Mickey, nah, that ain't what that means. It's cool. You know I love engagement. However, that's how I look at it. That's what we're going with. All right. So, September 19, 2023, okay, Fatt Loc, a.k.a. DeAndre Razor, was sentenced to 20 years in the federal prison system. Why? Well, if you have been following my videos, then you already know that shootout that happened at the Greenville-Spartanburg Airport. And I got my summary, so we're going to go over. Y'all already know. If you don't know, matter of fact, just watch this clip real quick.
Come join the Truth Team on Patreon. All documents that I use for my content is available to the members. So y'all come tap in with the Truth Team on Patreon.
All right. So, Fatt Loc was sentenced on 5 counts, which was count 4. He faced up to 5 years. Count 5, 10 years, mandatory. Count 7, 5 years, mandatory. Count 8 and 9, up to 20 years, okay? His offense level is 24. Now, y'all may be like, well, dang, that's low. Well, he didn't have any criminal history. That's the crazy part. His first time around, he out of here, okay? Now, and they even have his criminal history category as 1. His guideline range was 51 to 63 months, meaning this is based off without anything added. He was supposed to get between 51 and 63 months, okay? Mandatory sentences is 10 years plus 5. So he had to get 15, period, right? Mandatory, all right? Supervised release, 2 to 5 years, depending on the count. That's about it. Now, one thing I tell y'all, okay? You gotta be mindful when you speak to the court. Do you think the day that Fatt Loc was sentenced, he thought they were building a RICO that he would be included in? I'll be honest, I don't think so. I think he like, man, I'm just going to get this out of the way. This going to end here, but it didn't. And that's going to be that because he provided a statement to the court. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. Let's get into what his lawyer said. His lawyer on this case was Stalvey, okay? And he went to say, and this is all in the transcripts. Y'all make sure y'all go over to Patreon and y'all can read it in its entirety. It say, Razor was 21 years old from Columbia, South Carolina, and a graduate of Lower Richland High School. Pause. Now, why the lawyer lying? The man said on the interview that we watched yesterday, he dropped out of school. Well, hey, you got to make it look good, but dang, lying on the record is crazy. His mother couldn't make it. However, his girlfriend was there. I wonder if it's the same girlfriend whose car they said they used in the alleged drive-by. I'm just saying. She a rider because she went all the way up there for that court hearing, okay? The lawyer said he made a terrible mistake and accepted responsibility early, showing remorse. Remorse. Okay? When they say you made a terrible mistake, they say, hey, you did that. Now, when you plead out in the face, you can't help but to do it. So it seemed like he gave in, like his lawyer said early on, that he knew he was going down. I guess he was like, hey, what can I do? The lawyer did request the lower end of the guidelines around 19 years, given his lack of prior conviction and youth. Emphasized that this will be his first conviction and prison sentence. Okay. Now, Fatt Loc provided this to the court. Okay. Fatt Loc apologized, admitted wrongdoing, and said he was ready to face the consequences. He expressed regret and desire to move forward after serving time. Now, the judge did question him, okay? And asked him, like, you know, how long you held a job? Fatt Loc said, sure, I only worked about 2 months at Lineage Frozen Food. Then the judge was like, oh, you were just a gangster. Fatt Loc said, nah, you know, I'm not denying that. However, you got an interview called, I chose to be a gangster or something. Y'all know we got into that yesterday. The judge pressed forward, implying that Razor's lifestyle indicated criminal activity despite his denials. So Fatt Loc went in there like, nah, I don't know nothing about that street life, man. I just was young out here, just made a mistake. Y'all like, fuck all that. You did that. You just said you did that. The life you lived showed you did that. Now, the judge emphasized very strongly that Fatt Loc shot an individual in a public parking garage during the day, endangering bystanders, and said the high end of the guideline range was appropriate due to the seriousness of the act. He put down 240 months, 20 years imprisonment. He has 60 months on count 4, 8, and 9, which is concurrent. 120 miles. 20, that's the miles. What the fuck? Y'all, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? 120 months, count 5, consecutive. Oh, that's right. Ooh. 60 months, count 7, consecutive. And said, judge stated that if error was found in guideline calculation, he would still impose the same sentence as a variant sentence. Meaning, if they come back and say, oh, it was supposed to be this, the judge say, hey, it's still 20 years, baby. Okay, it's still that. All right, so this all lasts about 12 minutes. Now, I am going to go to a document real quick. We're going to just look real quick at his actual part where he started talking to the judge. Because I kind of want to hear, like, how did the judge scold him, though? Like, on the real stuff. Let me see. All right, here we go. We're going to start right here. All right. So, boom, 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 boom. All right. So, the judge, like, Mr. Razor. And y'all know, even the gangster going to say yes. Okay? Going to be real respectful. You better. Yes, Your Honor. The judge said, at this time, if there's anything you care to say to the court, I will hear from you at this time. This is what Fatt Loc said. I just want to apologize for my actions. I admit I was wrong for what I done, and I'm prepared to face the consequences for the things that I've done. I just ask for forgiveness for what I've done. I look to move forward after this is all over with. That was his statement, y'all. That's it right there. Okay? However, when you get picked up on a RICO that includes the same type of activity that you just asked for forgiveness for, that's going to be hard in front of a jury. Not impossible. It's just going to be hard. The judge said, how old are you? Fatt Loc said 21. The judge said, what's the longest job you ever held? Fatt Loc said, the time I was out on bond. So, damn. Was you not an artist longer? But, you know, that is a job for some. But some judges, I probably wouldn't have said that either because, you know, the judge might not even like rap music. The court said the longest job that you ever held. Fatt Loc said 3 months. You said the job. Like, nigga, I told you. The judge, what is the longest employment, if any, that you had in your life? The defendant, I worked at Lineage Frozen Food. The judge, how long? The defendant, 2 months. The judge, and you're how old? The defendant, 21. The judge, so other than a couple months of employment, you were just a gangster? The defendant said, no, Your Honor. The judge said, pardon? The defendant said, no, Your Honor. The court said, what were you? The defendant said, I don't know. The judge said, what you live on? The defendant said, day to day. The court, the judgment, same thing. But anyway, can't say you are a drug dealer, right? The defendant, no, Your Honor. The judge, well, the record speaks for itself. Hey, and I'm going to stop right there. You got accused of robbing traffickers of drugs. That judge ain't playing. That judge like, yeah, you a gangster. You a drug dealer. Now, in this transcript, they also say why he ended up pleading out. They say it was so much evidence. It just was like, they gonna cook our ass in here. Now, everybody on this case played out. Now, everybody on this case ain't on the RICO, but Fatt Loc is. And they allege they have communication between Fatt Loc and Blacc Zacc. Do they really? We'll find out. But this is to elaborate on what I said to y'all yesterday about Fatt Loc taking that plea on this case. He's going to come back to hunt him on the RICO and his co-defendants. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. I'll catch y'all next one.
This is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast. What's up, Truth Team? I am here, okay? About to get a touch of love. Yes, I'm at Touch of Love Massage Shop, okay? Now listen, I've been getting my massages through Touch of Love for years, even before it was a shop to come to. But let me show you around, and then I got to get ready because I'm feeling a little tense. And let me tell you, if you work in like call centers, streamers, YouTubers, sitting at that desk all the time, you definitely need to be tapping in to get your massage. So let's take a tour. So it was located in a nice multi business building. The suite was set up real comfortably. It was like to the back, and the candles was burning. The aromatherapy was definitely there. Okay, so I had to get undressed, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get all the way undressed. But anyway, like I said, being getting massages, Nakia is awesome at what she does. And let me tell y'all, them hands are blessed, okay? I got the full body massage, including, okay, the hot stones. And when I say that hour went so fast, I even went to sleep. And I always go to sleep during massage for some reason. But yeah, definitely needed that, because y'all know I had a night ahead of me, okay?
Hey guys, I'm Nakia. I am the owner-operator of Touch of Love Massage Services. I always start with people. I start with the information of what massage is. So massage is the manipulation of muscles. Exercise is the manipulation of muscles. The only difference is we are manually using our hands to do those activities. So a lot of people look at massage as a luxury when really it's a health necessity. So I'm more on the medical side of things. So if you're experiencing any pain of any sort, muscles is 90% of pain. So I would recommend you to come and get a massage.
How can they follow you?
I do have my business page, Touch of Love Massage Services, on Instagram. I have Touch of Love Massage Services on Facebook. And if you want to set an appointment with me, you can look me up on Setmore. It's an app platform online where you can book appointments.
Hey, there you have it. And y'all, I feel like a new woman, but now it's time to party. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.